How does God use evil and not be responsible for that evil? It's a big question, one that we see time and time again in the Bible. And there is a sense of mystery about this, and there are a number of ways to answer. But I think it's important to say something here. The first thing I want to say is that in some level, evil is not a thing. Evil is not a thing, it's a lack of a thing. It's a falling away, a lack of goodness, a lack of compassion, a lack of love, a lack of morality. It's a falling away of God's standards. If God's standards are here, and they are perfect, they are holy, righteous, love, peace, mercy, all of the good things in the world, sin and evil is a falling away, a corruption of those things. And so when human beings do those things, they are falling away, they have become corrupted from God's standards. It's not like sin and evil is this thing that has crept into God's world that then God uses. No, it's a lack of a thing, it's an absence of something, not a presence of something. And so God, when he remains totally sovereign over all things, totally in control of everything, he is able to use even the sinful actions of people and yet not be morally responsible. So, for example, when someone murders someone, the evil motive in that, it comes from the person. The evil motive of rage, of jealousy, of bitterness, of anger, whatever it might be. Those things are done by the human being. God, however, standing sovereign even over that action, does not do any of those bad things. He always does good. He always does love, compassion, kindness, mercy, all of those things. So in the same action, the motivation of the two actors, the two people who are acting, is totally different. The person, the murderer, always does bad, always wills, always purposes, always has a motive which is bad. But God always has a motive which is perfect and holy and pure. And in that way, God can use even the bad actions, the bad motives of human beings to accomplish good. Because God never does the bad, he always does what is good. And the people never do what is good in those actions, they always do the bad. In other words, the bad comes from people and not God. The good in the action comes from God and not people. And in that way, God is able to use even evil actions to accomplish good because he's never morally responsible for that.